Welcome to the program, and it is the Sure Signs for Sales, CPO, and VAK formula. And there's a part 1 and a part 2. Oh, first of all, our learning objective up here on the board, it's 5 reasons to purchase certified pre-owned. If you just ask anybody on the street, 87% of the customers will go, yeah, I think it's got a little bit better warranty. They've heard about it. They know that the certified program is there. If you're making the decision of getting into the certified program business, there are some best practices. To have a certified program in your dealership has proven that we've got some higher grosses in the car deals. Again, why would a person buy one? Now we're going to go over some of those best practices. You'll see there's 5 reasons people buy a pre-owned vehicle. The number 1 reason people buy a pre-owned vehicle is condition. Number 2, trust and warranty. Number 3, product knowledge. Number 4 is miles. And number 5 is price. Condition, trust, product knowledge, miles, and price. If this was a sales meeting, I'm sorry, your first name? Andy, if this was a sales meeting, and I asked the salespeople, all right, ladies and gentlemen, why would a person buy a pre-owned vehicle? What do you think the salespeople, if there's nothing written up there, what do you think the salespeople would say? What would be the reason? Anybody, yell it out. Price, not trust. You know, but price is usually the first thing. Why would a person buy a pre-owned vehicle versus a new vehicle? And they'll say price, but it's not price. It's not the reason why. It's not the reason why they would buy it. The number 1 reason a person will buy a pre-owned vehicle is the condition of the car. It's how it looks. Condition, these are in descending order. Yet when I ask salespeople, they'll say what? Price. It's not price. And I'll prove it to you. On the windshield, it says $9,995. But you know what? It's got a dent. I don't trust you. You don't know your product knowledge. It's got too many miles on it. Everybody follow? Well, I'll tell you what, sir. We can give it to you for $7,900 instead of $9,900. No, I don't want the car. I tell you what, $6,000. Drive it home. I'm not buying. You everybody follow me on this? I don't care how far you come down in price. If it's not the right car, if those other, now price is important. It's one of the top 5. But those other things have to be in line before I'll buy a car from you. Now let's break these down. First, let's go back to condition. Condition is the number 1 reason. I call it diamonds. Please write down somewhere next to condition, write down the word diamonds. I teach people what do I teach them in the new car franchises? I tell them in the new car franchises, you wash your used cars every day, your pre-owned, your new vehicles every 7 days. I can sell a new car under 3 feet of snow. They know all the tires match. Everybody follow me on this? But a used car, completely different. So the same thing in the automobile industry is on a pre-owned lot, just pre-owned lot, as an independent automobile dealer, you need to know that it's the reason that people buy a car is condition. Number 1 reason is how the cars look. Number 2, trust. Trust and warranty. What's one of the top 2 reasons people will not buy? Number 1, I don't want to buy somebody else's problems. Who's heard that before? And if you have a salesperson right now that you hired that in the back of their mind, they say to themselves, I wouldn't buy a pre-owned vehicle, that's somebody else's problems. They can't sell a pre-owned vehicle. It's inside their head. They can't. They have to have their heads on straight. So first is trust. Second is, if it breaks down, who's going to pay for it? If the car breaks down, and so trust and warranty, I trust that somebody's going to share in the repair cost. Everybody follow me on this? So that's number 2. I trust that you're going to help if it's a big expense. That's why people don't buy pre-owned vehicles. It's number 1, I don't want to buy somebody else's problems. Number 2, if it breaks down, it could be a big expense. So you got to think about it. Trust and warranty. That's why the NIADA has searched out someone to underwrite and carry the paper for warranty so that you can have a certified pre-owned when your salespeople go and take a customer out to the lot and look at the vehicles or they're on the lot. They have a special area over here with what? Certified. Non-certified, certified. That's what I'm an advocate of branding your vehicles with a certified and have a special area of your lot for the certified vehicles. Now, some of you have certified vehicles already. Let's see a show of hands. How many people have certified vehicles? Some of you are thinking about getting into it. How long have you had the certified program, sir? 13 years. So there's always been some variation of the certified program. Do you find that most of the time in certified vehicles your grosses are a little bit higher? And we didn't talk about this earlier. Do you find that happens? It is because, again, the car is a little bit unique and different, less miles, certified. Same thing with the manufacturers. When they have a certified program in a new car franchise, they also have certain restrictions. How many point inspection? The certified technicians look at the vehicle. Can't be over a certain amount of miles, certain year. So there's a certain, so the car is a little bit nicer. And when I teach them how to sell cars in a new car franchise, I tell them that you should have a separate area for your certified vehicles, for your non-certified. Don't have them mixed in, because what happens when the salesman's out there with the customer and it goes, certified, certified, not certified. Sir, what's wrong with this one? You don't want to put the salespeople in a position of defense. And it's always been better if you had the certifieds separated from the non-certified. That's a best practice. So you need to write that down. We'll get to that a little bit later, but always separate your certified vehicles. If you have a certified program, you want to have them separated. Now, someone shares in the repair cost. Now, trust, we're going to talk about in the second half of this workshop. I'll have a half an hour of material on that. So we're going to get through these first items here on certified pre-owned. Product knowledge. Product knowledge is the third reason a person will buy a pre-owned vehicle. How many people here have a storybook, a binder in the car that has information, Carfax or something about the car, in the car? Please raise your hand. Raise your hand. How long have you been doing that? 15 years. One of the best practices, thank you, sir, for sharing that. One of the best practices we have found is that when the salesperson is showing the vehicle, that, watch this, sir, in the map pocket behind the seat or somewhere in the car on the dashboard is a really nice presentation binder of what's in it, the information about the car. See, now the salesperson has something to talk about other than price. How many people have worked at a new car franchise or have one now? You know where they have the packet most of the time? At the used car manager's office. The used car manager's office, in his desk, in a drawer. This is where they have a packet on every car in the used car department. Say it again? They never come out of the drawer. What are they in there for? First of all, it doesn't do me any good. When I sold cars and I was on the line, I wanted the packet, what? In the car. In the car. So packets in cars are what we call the storybook. It's a best practice. Carfax, please write down nctd.com. Write that down. Write that down on that page. You got some place for notes there. Anybody ever been on nctd.com? Raise your hand. Anybody know what it is? It's a free site, new car test drive. Let's say you have a 2009. Give me a model that's currently on your lot. So somebody give me a model that's on your lot. What do you got? Toyota Camry, 2009. Where do you get the information? You go there. It's free. It gives you walk around, specs, everything. You download it, put a couple of pages in the booklet, and put it in the car. Great idea. Free, easy to get to, access. Generic walk around. Remember, I said product knowledge. That's one of the key ingredients, one of the top 3 reasons people buy a pre-owned vehicle is your salespeople need to have product knowledge. Now, what I gave you was that little thing on the back of the book there. It's called a generic walk around. Every car's got what? Every car's got side. They all have crumple zones. They've got brake. You know what? Every car has a 5-mile-an-hour bumper. But you know what, sir? Hey, sir, if you back into a light pole, this will protect your sheet metal and your lenses. That's nice to have, isn't it? You know what, but we're so familiar about it with car people, we forget to sell it because we're around it every day. Everybody follow me on this? We need to get back to selling the cars and teaching your salespeople to do that. Please write this down. Write down videotape walk around. The videotaping of your walk, if you got 2 or 3 salespeople on your lot, when was the last time you videotaped them doing a walk around on a vehicle? It's a great idea. Have them do a certified pre-owned walk around with the knowledge and the warranty and what's covered and what isn't on that vehicle, and then show them on screen themselves doing it. And when they sit there and go, ooh, I could do this different, I could do this better, that's training. Next item. Miles. Everybody say high miles. Ready, go. High miles. You got to play here. Ready, go. High miles. Everybody say slightly above average. Ready, go. Slightly above average. The car comes in on trade-in, right? I got a car, maybe, guess what? It's got 44,000 miles on it. Sir, it has high miles. 3 days later, I sell the same car. What's it have now? Slightly above average. It's the words that we use. It's the same car. So, high miles are slightly above average. That's how you can sell miles. Next item up here is building value. Now, some of you have been taught feel, felt, found. That's a really simple way to handle a rebuttal. And I'm not going to go into really in-depth sales training today. But I just want you to, investing in a certified pre-owned vehicle saves you money in the long run. Please write that line down. Investing in a certified pre-owned vehicle saves you money in the long run. And what is that? That's a benefit. And if you go back and teach a simple line like that or have that printed up on a piece of paper and have your salespeople practice it at your next meeting, it's just a nice way to give them a little what? A little benefit. It's called a feature benefit, and it's a nice little setup. Now, I got there by using feel, felt, found. Some of you have been trained in feel, felt, found before. It's just a little reminder. And if you've never been trained in feel, felt, found, it's when a customer says, this car is priced too high. I understand how you feel. Other customers have felt the same way until they found that by investing in a certified pre-owned vehicle, they actually save money in the long run. Everybody get that? But I got there by showing empathy, feel, felt, found. This is a reminder today. A lot of you have been in the business for quite a few years. Sometimes a trainer just kind of reminds you of some of the basics or things we need to be doing. And this is just one element of that. All right, up here on the board. CPO is a marketing, merchandising, and advertising tool. And I said earlier, a special display area. Make sure if you have certified vehicles, you separate them from the non-certified. If you have them all certified, it's much easier for the salespeople because then they don't get confused. That means every car has the program on it, whatever your program is that you're using. CPO is not viewed as a closing tool. Is this car certified? Would you like it to be? You can't do that. Then there's no value. It's exactly right. It can't be an afterthought. Everybody follow me on that? You can't use it as a closing tool. Or the other opposite is what? Car costs too much. Well, let me take the certified off of it. You can't do that. That's not the value now has all gone down. Let me take them off the car. That's better. And then they go, no, I like the car. Then they bump themselves. We know that. But CPO is the tool to build value and increase grosses. Because now you can ask for more and discount less. And the reason is what they're getting something for. Everybody follow me on this? And if it's sold properly, if you have a CPO, as you adopt your CPO program, if it's new for you, make sure your salespeople know the benefit, have the brochure that goes along with it, are able to, if the brochure should be where? In the packet where? In the car. If you have a certified program that has a flyer that goes along with it, where should be in the packet? Great place to have it. See, it's on the lot is where I do the selling and build value. When you go and sit down and run the numbers, it's almost too late. Everybody follow me on this? I want to build the value when I'm in the car with the customer. That's why the packet in the car is so valuable. All right. Now we talked about number 2 was trust and how to build trust with people. So number 2 is trust. What's the most trusted profession in the United States? Who knows this? Most trusted profession in the United States? No, it's not the most trusted, not even hardly. But somebody got it the right answer. Who said it? You got it. Pharmacists and nurses tied at the top. Most mistrusted, 2 of them tied at the bottom. Attorneys and us. So I'm going to give me a tool to be more trustable. When I'm done here, I want everybody in this room to be more likable, more trustable. Give me a tool to do that. Turn the page. Here's a tool. Give me a tool to be more trustable. Neuro-linguistic programming. We're going to start this. There's 2 phases. But I want to give you a program in about 20 minutes on how to identify the learning and buying style of customers, your coworkers, your spouse, your neighbor, the person sitting next to you, and what to do differently. Now, would you please, underneath the word neuro, would you please write in the word brain? Underneath the word linguistics, write in the word talk. And under the word programming, there's 2 words, input and output. Everybody look up here real quick. Watch this. Brain talk. Input, how I learn, how I buy things. And output, how I communicate with other people. What does that mean? Brain talk. Input. Neuro-linguistic program. Biggest word you'll learn here today. Everybody say it. Ready, go. Now you got to play here. Ready? Here we go. Neuro-linguistic program. One more time. Go. Neuro-linguistic programming. What that means is brain talk, very simple put, brain talk, input, how I learn. If I'm going to put information into a laptop, if I'm going to program a laptop, do I put information into it? Yes or no? Yes. Can I have a laptop remind me to do something 3 days from now? Yeah. Yes. That's output. So brain talk, input, how I learn, what's it say underneath the word brain? It says right underneath it, it says how we learn and how we buy. How we learn and how our customers buy. Well, I want to know that. I want to know how a customer's brain works. Watch this. Customer comes onto your lot and says, I want to look at a family. Look, now, before we do this, write these numbers down real quickly. 35, 25, and 40%. Just come down the page. 35, 20, and 40%. Customer comes into your place of business and says, I want to look at a family vehicle. Look, visual word. It's a visual word. Looks a visual word. I want to look their brain talk, how they learn, how they buy. They're visual. I want to look at a family vehicle. Could you show me something in dark colors? I saw your ad. Might have their ad with you. The salesperson that you're going to go back and train, or that you can now use this material, unknowingly, because they're not trained yet, makes this mistake and says, welcome to ABC Motors, sir. Let me tell you all about, have you heard what people have said about this vehicle? Now, the person came in and said, what? I want to look at, could you show me? And I saw. They're what we call a visual processor. That's how they learn. They learn by sight. And they give you an indication by the words that they use. I'll teach you how to read what these people are. I want to look at, could you show me? And I saw your ad. Salesman says, let me tell you all about this vehicle, sir. Have you heard about it? And in that moment, bang, a barrier goes up between the two people. 2 hours later, a different customer comes in, sir, and says, I want to ask as an auditory, I want to ask you some questions about this vehicle. Could you please tell me about their warranty? I heard it's a good time to buy a car. I want to have a chit-chat. I got 3 hours. I want to have a long discussion. Could you please tell me about the vehicle? But the salesperson, not knowing, not trained properly yet, makes the mistake and goes, welcome to our dealership. Look at this brochure. Let me go show you the vehicle. Bang. Barrier goes up. See, the first person came in and said, what? I want to look at, could you show me? And the salesperson said, what? Let me tell you. They missed it. Second person came in and said, what? I want to ask, can you tell me? I heard. But this person said, here, look at the brochure. When I'm able to watch this, switch my presentation, switch it to match up with how the customer buys, bang, 3 times rapport in 1/3 of the time. Please put that in the box in the bottom part of your page. 3 times rapport in 1/3 of the time. What's rapport? Trust. Triple my trust in 1/3 of the time in the automobile industry. The automobile industry is a trust-challenged industry. I don't know how else to put it. I thought that's a pretty soft way to put it. It's a trust-challenge industry. So we need to what? We need to understand how the customer's brain works. Now let's just back up for a second. Visual people judge everything on what they what? Auditories on what they hear, and kinesthetics on what they what? This may be new for some of you. Feel, but where does feeling come from? What do I have 5 of? Senses. So if I like to see and hear, that means I'm kinesthetic. All the senses involved. All the senses involved means I'm kinesthetic. Everybody say the word kinesthetic. Ready, go. Kinesthetic. One more time. Kinesthetic. Kinesthetic people go on a gut feeling. They use all the senses involved. That is the largest category. Me, personally, I'm a kinesthetic visual. You get me, kinesthetic excitement. You get me excited and you show me, watch this. Here's my wallet. I'll buy. You talk to me, you lose me. I don't get it. You tell me your name, in one ear, out there. If I see it on your card, I'll remember it. So how do you tell what people are? There's 3 ways. The first is the words that they use. So what would a visual person say? I want to what? Come on, I want to what? See, get your pens going. You're going to write down see, look, show. Let's write down 3 words for each one. See, look. Could you please what? Show me. Show me. What's the next one? Now, the visual person says it what? It looks good. What does the auditory person say? It what? It sound. Write down sounds under auditory. Now you're getting it. Sounds, said, tell, ask. Write those under auditory words. It's the writing in the classroom that helps you remember things. What am I doing? I'm using a PowerPoint presentation for who? Come on, who is this for? No, come on, get out of here. Who's the president? Who's the, yeah, visuals. Come on, it's for the visual. Now, am I having you repeat things out loud in the class? Come on, am I having you repeat things? Yes, and do I have you writing? What am I doing? Come on, what am I doing? I'm doing all 3. I have to. I don't know who's in the class. I have to engage you as a speaker. I have to keep your attention during the program. And if I talk anymore, this guy's going to fall asleep because he's visual-based. You're a visual processor. Is that correct, sir? Yeah, that's how you process. That's your brain. So you like the PowerPoint. The more I talk, the less you like me. Visual, auditory, kinesthetic. Now, visuals say it looks good. Auditory say it sounds good. What do the kinesthetics say? It what? Feels good. Write down feel. Write down feel under kinesthetic. Write down follow. Write down test drive. Check out. Those are what kind of words, everybody? Those are kinesthetic-based words. And people will tell you what they are. So who am I? Come on, here we are, back to the beginning. Who am I? I want to look at a family vehicle. Could you show me something dark colors? I saw your ad. Come on, who am I? What'd you say kinesthetic? What'd you say kinesthetic? I said, I want to look at a family. Could you show me something? I saw your ad. Who am I? Okay, next one. I want to ask you some questions. Can you tell me about this warranty? I heard it's a good time to buy a car. Who am I? Oh, that's right. Next, listen to this one. I want to look at a car, talk it over my wife. If we feel comfortable, we'll go on a test drive, has to meet our needs, and fit our budget. What was that? Come on, what is that? Everybody say kinesthetic. Ready, go? Kinesthetic. Am I teaching you to be better listeners? Do we need to be better listeners? Is exactly what this is, and you can pick up what people are in 7, 12, 14 seconds. There's 3 ways. The first is the words that they use. That's a key ingredient. Now, what happens if I don't know what a customer is? Sir, what happens if I don't know? I do what? What do? I'll show you the numbers, explain things in detail, so you'll feel comfortable. What did I just do? All 3. Up here on the board, everybody say, I'll show you the vehicle. Ready, go. I'll show you the vehicle. Stop right there. I'll do the next line. Explain things for you. Ready, go. Explain things for you. Stop right there so you'll feel comfortable. Ready, go. So you'll feel. What's it say in a little underneath the box, on your page, it says, I'll show you the vehicle, explains in detail, so you'll feel. All the visual people were writing down just then really quick. Oh, I can write this one down. They didn't realize it was in the booklet. You did, didn't you? Because you couldn't go, I can't remember. I got to write it down. You knew that. I put it in the bottom. I'll show you the vehicle, explain things in detail. So one more time. Now, everybody look up here. You're going to read this twice. Then I'm going to blank it out, and you're going to do it by memory. Ready, go. I'll show explain things in detail. You feel comfortable. Keep going. I'll show you the vehicle, explain things for you, so you'll feel comfortable. By memory, go. And you're closing your eyes so you can get the picture. Isn't that funny? That's how your brain works. Yeah, you just read it off the page. Isn't that wild? So now, 3 ways to tell what a customer is. The first is the words that they use. Next page. You guys enjoying this? Ladies enjoying this? It moves very quickly because, again, we've got about another 10 minutes of this material, and we're out of here. Now, I have phase 2. There's a second part to this if you'd like to attend it. We go into a little bit more detail. On page 4, it says neuro, the brain, linguistic, programming, input. This is a summary page. On the bottom, it says 35, 20, 40%. Why did I have you write it on the previous page? Come on, why did I have you write it? For the kinesthetic visuals, your learning process. Exactly. Next page. Oh, I'm sorry. Time out. How many of you have meetings in your business? How many of you have a sales meeting or meet with your people? Sit down and go over it. If you're standing up there doing this for 10 minutes, 20 minutes, and half your sales crew is what? Visual based. You just wasted your time. You have, write this down, you have to have a handout at your meetings. You have to have a handout at your meetings. Otherwise, the visual people don't get the material. Everybody get that? You need to have, you can put that on your notes. There's an action plan in the back of your book. We'll get to that in a couple minutes, and then we'll summarize today's program. Now go to the next page, page 5. On page 5, number 1, under visual, says use visual words. Does a visual person want a lot of chit-chat? Come on, yes or no? No. Show me the numbers. No, everybody watch this. Show me the car, show me the numbers, and do that little back and forth thing you do with your manager. Right? Everybody got this? Because they what? See, do. Visual people are see, do. Very quickly make decisions. Auditory people are going, no. What, just a minute. We got to talk it out. So visuals, use visual words. Watch your eyes. Now, please write this down. Let's go. I've got a place to write this down. Go to, and then we'll finish up here. Go to page 3, and on visuals on page 3, would you please write down on page 3 on the visuals, write down the video is the new phone. Write that down. The video or video clip is the new phone. We now send out videos to every customer on YouTube. Please write this down. YouTube account. Every one of your salespeople or your dealership needs to have a YouTube account. They're free. Please write this down. Send video clips unlisted so the whole world can't see them. It's very simple to do. Somebody in your business knows how to do it. Find out, teach it to the rest of your staff. You want to send video clips. Hey, Mr. Jones, thanks for coming in for a test drive. I just want to show you a quick picture of the C-Class Mercedes-Benz. I know your wife was not with you, sir, but you can show her this video. This is the 4MATIC, so it does have the Lorenzer tires on it, sir. So I'm going to send this quick video clip to you, and you can share it with your wife, and we'll get you back in for another test drive on this Saturday in this car. By the way, we just had a white one come in, too. Talk to you soon. Thanks, bye. Now, you send the video clips directly to the customer. It's too big. It's too big. You clogged up their email. A 45-second video is what? 62 megabytes. You've got to stage it at YouTube. You put it to YouTube, then you send what takes you a 45-second video, takes 10 minutes to load. Once it loads, then what happens? Then you take the URL, that blue underlined link, and you send it to the customer. They click on it. They watch it. They don't have to wait the load time. It's brilliant. It's 2 to 3 extra car deals a month for each one of your salespeople. We couldn't do that years ago because we didn't have broadband. We didn't have the size that we now everybody's got. It's called smartphone. Everybody's got one. And why am I telling you this? Because look up here on the board. What's the smallest category? Come on, what's the smallest category? Kinesthetic people, do they have a visual component? Yes or no? Yes, you add that to the top. That means 75% of your customers have eyeball. And that's why television overtook radio so quickly. Did everybody get that? It's how our brains are wired. Now, I'm not going to teach any more of this segment. This segment is going to come to an end, a summary. You've got enough new things in here. We're going to wrap this up so we stay on our time frame. We're going to do a summary, and then we're going to start the next segment and go into a little bit more detail on some of this material. So as a review, we went over, what's the 5 reasons people buy a pre-owned vehicle? Who remembers that? Up here on the board. Condition is what? Come on, condition's number what? Which one is it? Number 1. Do you understand now, with as many people that have eyeball, why it's important to have diamonds on your lot? When people see a little smudge or something, they go, what? They start to walk by. So it's the eyeball, and the condition of the cars is number 1. And it's proven by the fact that kinesthetic visuals added together, 75% of your customers have eyeball. What was the smallest category on the VAK? What was the smallest category again? Watch this. Why is telemarketing so hard? Does that make sense now? Yet what are we doing to our salespeople? Call your customers. Call your customers. Do you make your phone calls? Call your customers. Do your follow-up. Least effective form of follow-up. Oops. That's a big oops. People in the car business have been telling people what? Beat people. Get them on the phone. Get them on the phone. Don't call me. You call me, you upset me. You send me a video, you got my attention. So one more time, everybody put your fingers up like this. Everybody say visual. Ready, go? Visual. Now get them up higher. Get them up higher. Everybody say visual. Go. Visual. Say auditory. Auditory. Say kinesthetic. Did you learn something today? Thanks very much. It's been a pleasure being here.